can't be held responsible for forest fires.
I mean, you
That's
got
Smoker.
literally Smokey with you right now. Hey guys, welcome to the Games Taverns and our show, Whiskey, Magic, and Destruction. We're so glad to have all of you here today, and we're so excited to be running our next episode session, if whatever you want to call it, with everybody today as well. So, thank you so much for joining us today. Seeing some folks in chat, thank you for saying hi. Um, Everybody have a good week?
Of course.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like it was a good week, right? You got your
Uh,
your Irish up. Let's see here. We had our St. Patty's Day this month. We had all sorts of good stuff. Um, Most importantly, though, most importantly, we had a quick chat and background, by the way, with our esteemed colleague who's not with us right now, um, Alex, aka Cimarine, and Cimarine and I were discussing uh, what she's been doing while she was away, and I can't wait for her to tell you one of these days soon. But she is coming back. But she was very interested in what she was doing while she was away. So be aware, there's some backstory there. Also, um, some other fine faces have mentioned that they may be coming by for future stuff. I'm excited to see that, and I hope you guys will keep tuning in and watching what comes next. In the meantime, getting back to our party and the exciting things that they're up to today. Uh, where we last left off, the party had basically, not basically, they had gone through several different areas of the the forest in the cavern, illusionary weather and all, some of it not so illusionary. Heard some moaning, fought some cloakers, discovered a crystal cavern, decided that wasn't where they needed to go, backed around, discovered some signs that say if you kill anything here, you're probably going to be harmed. After they already killed some stuff, but hopefully no one knows. But they discovered a large tower looming in the distance and were befriended recently by a rather young black bear. Who was it that did speak languages?
I do. Garlo
It was
does.
Garlo. And you're riding it like a horse right now? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Obviously. And Lucy's on it too, riding side saddle.
Okay, side saddle it is. Um, After some interesting conversations with a bear that, was very, very. What happened here? Uh-oh. I lost my camera, folks. Hold on a second. We'll figure out what's going on with that in just a moment. Okay, we're back in. Sorry about that, folks. A rather rudimentary conversation with a bear that is obviously food motivated. The party continued to decide what to do next, which was to head toward the tower, if I recall.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So, walking through the forest, you are making your way through the forest area when all of a sudden you hear some interesting caws from above. And by caws, I don't mean crows. I mean caws as in like it's literally ridiculous. It's like cacao, cacao. You hear somebody else going cacao, cacao in the distance, but it sounds like it's coming from the trees above you. Squinting.
Does it sound actual animal?
Oh no, not even close. Okay. But it sounds like something that speaks rudimentary common, but not very great common. Possibly not their native language.
How can we tell that from cawing? Really
The
bad
accents
cawing.
are real thick.
You'll hear in a minute. You'll hear
Okay.
why in a minute. But
Okay.
as you flip and look up, squinting a little bit, you see what appears to be several different trees with one goblin in it, dressed in brown robes that look a lot like the trees themselves. They kind of blend in, but these goblins are not worried about you on the ground right now, foolishly or not, but they appear to be calling out that you're around.
Do we want to introduce ourselves, or do we want to? What do we think?
Well, I don't fancy the idea of being ambushed.
Yeah, ambush would not be good. I vote against ambush.
Lucy, you want to lay on the charm?
Well, I can't say I've ever spoken with tree goblins before, but they're probably like other goblins in that they don't really want to talk.
I also don't speak Goblin.
I mean, you could
Actually-
try.
Cacao!
Oi, you lot!
Just
And strictly out of character here, do you speak Orcish, Luciano?
He speaks musical instrument.
Yeah, no, I was
Just
just
do.
curious. All right, so in Orcish, I will say, hello, the trees.
One of
Noise
everything
he
goes outside of the normal buzzing of insects and chirping of stuff and the occasional grunt from the bear. Everything goes quiet, and you almost lose track of where the goblins are in the trees. And you actually do lose track of a couple of them, but there, you do have a couple still in sight. And then one looks down and goes, "It is I, the trees."
We greet the trees and hope the trees will allow us to travel in peace.
The
What are you
capital of
saying?
the old trees.
We will take the trees' advice and avoid the old trees. Thank you.
You should leave meat at the base of the trees before you leave.
An excellent suggestion. We will leave meat at the base of the trees. So, the rest of you hear,
Someone get him on the ground! Compressions!
because that's
He's
what Orcish
joking!
sounds like if you don't
Someone
speak
get a wall in his
Orcish.
mouth.
And then I'm going to turn to you all and say, the goblins would like a bit of meat, but they are willing to let us go in peace. They did suggest we avoid the old trees, which I assume, like in most forests, means the bigger ones.
Did
The hell should
did
we
they
go
say
do?
where to leave the meat?
Yes, at the base of the trees. Probably the ones that they were standing in. Safe bet.
Why?
Because they're going to let us go through without having to fight them, and told us to avoid a dangerous place.
Let us.
What? It's like we even... Do we know? Like, why the hell would we even trust them? They're up in a tree looking to ambush. I mean, we did save some goblin kin not a little while ago in the tunnels, did we not?
This
They
is
might
true.
not know that.
They're like 36 cousins at best.
Maybe, but I don't see why why we're trying to appease some goblins in a tree.
Well, if you want to fight the trees, then
Oh. Barry, I pat my bear on the head. You know some small green things that live up in these woods up here?
What? What?
Little green things about my size living up in the trees up there.
Yeah, they live south of here. They fly. They're very mischievous.
Can I-
Cunning. Cunning.
You are smarter than the average bear, so I'll take your
Oh.
word at it.
Did somebody
I mean-
say delicious meats? No? Okay, never mind.
speaking of delicious meats, I will grab some out of my pack and move towards the tree where that goblin was standing and leave the meats at the bottom of the tree.
That's right, we should have brought more rations.
I mean, you all keep giving yours away. I don't know what you
is that?
expected to happen here.
Because it beats risking dying, Garlo.
In
Dying
my
of hunger.
defense, I'm an elf. I can survive on greenery.
What's she doing with that meat? Smells.
Not for you,
yum,
Barry.
yum. Well,
I
why
rub
not?
my stomach. I'm not an elf. I will not be giving up my meals.
Garlo and Lucy high five. Not elves.
Yeah.
Although technically, Ray, if you're immortal, do you still need to eat?
You're immortal?
I'm
Have
not-
we tested this?
I'm not
Isn't
sure,
that what
actually.
Seychelles said
Just
to you?
slowly, a knife just like comes up in Garlo's hand. Should we test this? No, it'd be crazy.
Meat?
All right. All right. Let's move, I guess. Do you want to ask your tree friends if they know where the tower might be?
It's right there, and I point to where, like, we can see the tower rising over the trees.
Sure. But if there's anything we need to worry besides, unless that counts as the old tree.
Well, I guess this is it's a good thing we have our ranger with us, because they would definitely know where the old trees were.
Garlo's the lumberjack.
Reed, I would like to see if I can determine where these old trees are based on the context clues that the other goblin or the tree goblin gave us. Is that like a nature check?
Make a wisdom check for me real quick on something.
Wisdom or nature?
Wisdom in this case, and there's a reason for it.
Rolling flat wisdom. 12.
Nice. Over 10.
Okay. You get the feeling that the goblins think that they fooled you, that they were the trees talking.
Oh, I completely get that.
And there are certainly old trees all over this place. There may be trees that are even older, but you're not entirely sure what they mean. But they're definitely talking about something.
Okay.
And mind you, it's orcish. There's limits, right?
Right. Well, yes, it's orcish. There's not a whole
Like,
lot of nuance in the
1,
language.
2, 3, more than 3. That's about the numbers, that they go with, right?
Yeah. Well, unless you're talking about weaponry, in which case.
Well, they've got 37 words for sharp.
Right. Yeah. There's
22
12
for
different kinds
bludgeoning.
of sword.
Can I fly above the trees and see if I can see the tower? Like clearly.
You can. You
No,
Yeah.
we can
Yeah.
see the tower from where we're
No,
at.
but we were just seeing what's around. I want to see if there's taller trees than other trees. If there's,
Fair
So
enough.
there's certainly a tower that's at least 50 feet up, which puts it right at about 10 feet above some of the tallest trees here. And in some cases, right at the same level of the very tallest trees in the area. So the very top of the tower, you can see a lot of the wood line.
guys, it's over here. It's like the trees are kind of the same. So, like, what's old? Is the tower considered an old tower? Is it old tree? Like,
I mean, the
Luciano's
tower was
just, like,
built
very
at the same
confused.
time that the rest of the buildings in this area were built, right?
No, Lucy's just confused. He's like, what makes it old? Being tall?
I
All
mean,
right, so let's just press on then. So if we're appeasing the trees, and Garlo, doesn't know how to appease any trees. Just ride on Barry. Just like
by the
Garlo
way,
basically does the click.
the
Yeah.
tower is stone, but it is carved to look like a squat stone tree with twisted stony boughs protruding from the walls.
Oh.
And what you do notice is around those parapets and the crumbling limbs are there's quite a few giant bats,
Oh, yeah.
inverted, hanging, just wrapped around themselves. They're sleeping right now. They're just chill. They
Gotta
just
be
happen
careful.
to live there, right? And it's kind of sunny up right now, so they're napping.
Yeah. So I'm gonna come back down. Yeah, I didn't see much. Just some bats. I think they were big.
Where were the
That's so
bats?
No, bigger. Yeah. And Luciano
Garlo only
already
has like
forgot what they
3
look
foot
like.
arms.
Yeah.
Where were they?
They were by the big tree tower.
Tree tower.
Yeah, the tower's kind of a tree, actually, when you look at it. It's very interesting.
You
It's,
think
I
that's
can't
what
really
the
tell if
goblins
it's...
meant by the old tree?
Maybe.
Rafe, they're your friends.
When?
Well, they said
it's
old
meant to be
trees
my friends.
specifically.
Yeah, they
No, I
did
said
say more
Rafe.
than one, or at least that's what Rafe said, unless Rafe didn't understand what they said. Rafe, did you understand what they said?
Well, to be fair, Orcish is not a very nuanced language. He said quite literally the old trees, which in translation from Orcish could mean the very large trees, the dead trees, the extremely tall trees.
I don't think it qualifies for the one stone tree, so I think we're good to go there.
All right.
At least that's my
fine.
opinion.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a word for stone in Orcish.
Stone.
Yeah, so just like be quiet, because I'm pretty sure bats are like noise sensitive, but I don't know. Is it light outside? What is it right now?
Yeah. Sunny side up.
Sunny side up. Yeah. Like we'll see him, I guess, but let's.
I believe
big.
the slang term in Orcish for stone is like dwarf skull. But, yeah.
It actually.
I don't know.
So,
Let's,
you guys start making your way around and further through, and you hear the cause fade away in the distance. You guys walk through the woods with no problems. You make it all the way to an area just at the edge of the woods, a clearing. And at that clearing, you see that you have gone through. The woods are still fall, turning to fall foliage, but there's still quite a bit of green here. The birds are certainly chirping and flittering to and fro. The bugs are everywhere, absolutely everywhere. You can see a large tower with a number of, hold on one second while I double check my notes here. A large, I guess you would say, tower that juts from the cavern itself. It's built into a cavern wall. It rises up quite a few stories, 4 stories to be exact, and is quite lovely in its natural thing. Whoever or whatever made this tower had an artisan's hand or touch to it. The stone, however, is aged. It does have that greenish tinge to it of moss and other things that have started to grow on it. And there are quite a few vines that are real that are climbing this thing as well. So it is very much in the foot of nature. Along the in front of what you see is a 12-foot large arched double door made of carved stone. But south of that, you see a number of areas that jut out and various stone jutting out from the actual cavern wall. There appears to be some narrow cavern openings, several of which that go in. And then further than you can really see, even more stuff in the clearing areas. It appears that for the most part, anything that's running along this cavern wall, which, hold on a minute, I don't know how much you can see here. Let me make sure you can see a little more here. So there's the cavernous door, and you can see all of these different areas. Let me get some more here. And you see the edge of the wood. So it's quite expansive. There are lovely grasses and wildflowers still growing on the ground here, up to the cavern openings that you see to the left. What do you choose to do, oh party?
Get out of view of the front door first.
There you go in. If
Can I?
I don't think the best way to do this is to walk up to the front door and knock.
Have we ever?
what if somebody
tried
said
it?
that about your house? You know, Turja?
I'm
sorry?
gonna tap Barry. Oh, good. We're gonna tap Barry on the head and be like, "Have you ever been over in those caverns over there?"
No. Smells.
And he had,
No.
huh?
I don't like the smells. No.
What does it smell like?
The end. Not good.
Not good at all.
Fair.
I don't usually come this close to the thing. The Green Lady house.
You want to go back?
Hmm?
You want to go back?
Meat. Meat by the trees.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll hop off and I'll pat him on the nose. Like, you've been a great help, Barry.
He nuzzles his head up against you. And heads off into the woods.
I hope he eats a goblin. All right. Can I? I'm part rogue. Can I go up to the lip of one of the caverns and take a peek in?
You take a peek in one of the caverns.
Yeah, this
let's-
one right here to our
right there.
south. Yeah.
It's very dark in there. Give me one moment.
Sure.
What do you see?
What do your gnome eyes see?
What do your gnome eyes?
Hold on a second. It didn't really. Oh, okay. That's why. All right. My mistake. I wanted to make sure I got this right. You can see once you like put a light down there with your lantern and stuff. You can see they're roughly 10 feet wide and 15 feet tall, and they go about 30 feet back. Rough, very rough hewn. Skeletal remains. Some mostly with still whatever they were wearing. Rotting furs, clothing might still be on some of them. But basically there's, 20 or 30. If you check the next one, there's another, 10 or 15, and the next one, 20 or 30, quite a few.
Back to the others. We got an awful lot of corpses in these here caverns.
Well, that bodes well.
Just like sitting there?
I mean, sitting is one word. Heaped, probably, I would say.
Do you think somebody arranged them?
I mean, I couldn't say to an exact design. It doesn't look planned. I'm not an artist like you, though. You might be able to discern something a bit more than me. It seems disorganized, but could be abstract, I guess.
Interesting. What they were trying to say.
It looks like don't do whatever they did. I'm not sure what they did, but looks like don't.
Hey,
I will say this: it doesn't look like they were put to rest. It looks like they were dumped.
yeah,
Like,
I was going to ask if I needed to roll religion, but it sounds like no. It's obvious that there was no actual laying to rest. They're just left there to rot.
I mean, it's so obvious that they were just dumped. Like, this is a mass grave.
Yeah.
Garlo can tell you, like, this isn't like somebody who has any reverence for these bodies.
Yeah, let's not go in that path. Unless maybe we do. Maybe they were dragged in there. Maybe whatever that did that isn't in there. Unless they'd not. Unless they did go in there and then it did happen in. I don't know.
I mean,
Used to trying to be smart.
Hey, not trying. You have a big brain hat now.
Yeah, but it hurts my brain.
All the connections are fired.
Uh,
So many
many
synapses. Are you? I mean, have we ever tried knocking on a door?
Given the number of corpses you report in those caves, I don't think this is the time to start.
Maybe they tried to sneak in.
Maybe they tried knocking on the door. We don't know.
I say we let somebody knock, and then we know for sure. We take a test.
All right, Lester. You've wanted a chance to prove yourself.
Yes, Lester.
I forgot Lester was here.
I get to prove myself?
Yes, you do.
I get to do this?
There's nobody
it-
better for this job.
If I show great courage in doing this, will I be a member of the party then?
No.
But if it's so proving, then why don't you do it?
Because I'm already a member of the party. I've proven myself.
Right.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm being used for fodder.
Fodder,
That's-
such a strong
And I
word.
don't like that very much.
Would you
Well,
rather go and check
Is
out
this
the
what you
corpse
do
pit?
with people you trust?
Why don't you check out the corpse pile then? We'll go to the door. You check out the corpse pile.
What am I looking for?
I don't know. Clues
I
as
mean-
to why the corpse pile.
I don't understand.
All right.
Can't be more
How about
Lester, I don't.
I
would
don't.
you guys want to hide and I'll knock? And then if something bad happens, I'll just jump out
Bitch.
and then
So you want me to hide in the corpse pile?
Not in the corpse pile.
Yes. You said it. I mean, he suggested it.
I trust Turgia way more than I trust you. Turgia, where shall I hide?
Who's
Go
gonna check
behind that tree over there.
Okay. Go right
I
behind
point
this
to
here
a tree to
tree.
the left, yeah.
All right. Yep, it looks good. There's some mushrooms here. Quite green. Yes, they are.
Garlo's gonna not have any weapons drawn, because in a pinch he can summon his daggers. So doesn't have anything drawn, so he's just gonna knock on the door.
I would like to.
I would like to point out that I am side behind a tree with weapons drawn. Yes, before Carlo does this.
Before he does that, I would like to grant him. Oh, I can do it to more. Okay, I'll grant everybody accelerate.
What does that do? Remind me.
Give them double move speed. They can dash.
It's like haste, but without the
Without
the
the-
AC bonus or the extra stuff. It's just the moving stuff.
Yeah, they
Well-
can take a dash action on their bonus
As a
action,
bonus action.
and they have advantage on dex throws, and walking speed is doubled.
So you cast this at 5th level?
3rd level.
Okay.
Then can you only affect... Oh, up to 3 willing creatures within range. Okay, fair enough.
So I'm not on myself. I did it on, as long as you guys are okay with it, I did on them 3.
All right. Well, walking up to the 12-foot high arched double door made of carved stone, you notice there is a rope hanging next to the door, a big one.
Seems like the thing. They grab it and pull it.
You hear gong, 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 gong. A brief pause. You hear a door unlatch. You hear the stone shift. And there is a tree right there in the doorway. And that's when you see the face appear in the tree. As it looks up. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
To what do we owe this unexpected attendance and visitor?
I'm just a traveler. I'm looking for something and found your door and figured it'd be polite to ring the bell. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
My name is Garlo.
And my name is Halistry.
Alistair, tree. It's a pleasure to meet you, Alistair. Can you tell me where I am?
Well, right now you're standing in Lady Willow's tower, inside the Willow Wood, deep in the Undermountain. Run by the largest and scariest of wizards, Alistair the Black Cloak. How else can I be of service? Are you alone? Quite
No.
brave if you are.
Not really. I'm not that brave. No, I have some friends, but to be completely honest, there have been other things that have attacked us, so they weren't sure if knocking on a door might have been a good idea. So they were just standing back a bit.
Knocking on the door is absolutely the right idea, sir. To come in unannounced would be to intrude, for sure. Please, you and your friends, come on inside. May I get you some tea?
Some directions might be nice. Although we did notice the caverns outside filled with bodies. Were those just bad folk, or...?
I'm afraid I don't venture from the tower very much, so I'm not sure what you're talking about.
It'd be weird to roll inside on a tree, right?
At the same time, it seems like the right thing to do. Why not give it a shot?
I like the grain of this guy. Hey, 18.
It's a tree.
It's got nice bark.
It's got a look to it. Like it's a stocky tree. Its carving as the way it's been grown is almost like rippling cloth. It has a thick tree-like beard, made of thick leaves around its face, if you could call it that, as well as a thick mane of leaves across its head as well. It's almost bold yet grandfatherly in the way it looks, and it's offered you tea.
I waved to the others. But he seems nice.
Can I see from where I am that he's talking to a tree?
Nope. Nope, you
Can
cannot.
we see from where we are that it's very obvious he's indicated we're physically present?
Yep,
I mean,
you
I'm
can see
waving
that.
and
You
yelling
can
at you.
see
Oh,
him.
no, I'm gonna walk up.
You can't see.
I
what
was
he's
just
talking
curious
to.
if I would be seeing a tree in the doorway and be very confused as to why Garlo's talking to it.
So from where you guys, the only reason I'm saying no is because you guys are standing directly to the side, so you're really not able to see in the door. You hear what sounds like some talking, but you can't quite make it out from the distance
Yeah,
that you
I'll
are.
about.
All right. Stepping out, you see him talking to a tree.
Garlo, who opened the door? As I'm walking up.
It's Alistair. This is my friend Luciano.
Well, hello, Luciano. I am Halistry. It is a pleasure. Oh, please, are you startled? Oh, my, did I offend you? I am so sorry. My most sincere apologies. Please, is it just you two? I need to know how many cups to break out for tea.
Oh, that tree is talking.
Yes, I am. I am awakened. Thanks to the glories of Willow.
Is she the same as, we've been told we're looking for someone named Forest Green?
I'm not sure who Forest Green is, but she is often referred to as the Green Lady.
Oh, that might be who we're
Willow is
looking
an
for.
absolutely delightful being. Excuse me.
Okay. Is she also a tree?
No, certainly not. She's
Okay. Not that it's
lovely
wrong.
moon
Not that
elf.
there's anything wrong with a tree.
She's a lovely moon elf with a sweet countenance about her.
Oh, very
Mm-hmm.
Is she in?
She is indeed.
Oh, is she taking visitors? We don't want to be rude. I know we came unannounced.
I am certain she is willing to take your visit. She knew you were here.
Oh. Okay, cool. Guys, There's a tree. It's inviting us in. Come on.
It is inviting you in. And
I will walk over.
hold on 1 second here. While
So,
I rejigger
being a
some
tree and
stuff.
all, you like sprout leaves? Is that like a weird?
Sprout leaves. Very
Like, do you like
Well,
drop them when
hold
it's
on.
cold and?
Before
come
we go
back
into the
later?
tower, Turja, did you come out?
I've decided reluctantly that I am going to come out when Rafe does, yes.
I was waiting for like all of us to be out there, and then Lucy to be like, Turja, what are you doing? Come on, let's go.
I've debated internally whether or not that if I don't come out, you won't reveal my presence, but I've decided that you probably would.
Solid chance.
And that could be
Solid-
dangerous.
Yeah.
More dangerous.
As I live and breathe, a talking tree.
Hey, you could have knocked on the door, but now Brandon's the hero. I'm saying this like in like to the side, the lesser. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I could also have been a charred husk.
It was Brandon.
I don't feel like Hallistry would have turned you
sounds
into a charred
handsome.
husk, but you know, whatever.
Okay. With that, let me do some lightweight work. So you have entered this doorway. You have then been brought in. Hold on 1 second here. I don't know why it's doing that. Hold on a moment. Let it go a little larger so I don't keep tripping party members. And you are led into an absolutely gorgeously carved stone room. Give me 1 moment. Boop. All right. There are dead leaves and twigs all over the dusty floor. The room is vaulted. The columns that you see in the room hold up an area that is within those columns that you see. It's actually vaulted and open up to a much higher level above, looking down a balcony that's 20 feet up. The stone pillars are carved to look like trees to support that balcony that runs along the northeast and south walls. The tree stone branches serve as the balcony's railings as well. That is how beautiful this is done. In the western alcove, that curved area, you see a moon elf sitting on a throne, meditating, legs crossed, arms akimbo. A light green nimbus of light appears to be rotating around her head. There are, how to explain this? Yes. Butterflies nest in her tangled black hair, and you see small, like wood mice and ermines just darting around the feet of her throne. Eyes as green as emeralds flash open as you guys enter in. Stirring at her side, you see what looks to be a large black panther, bigger than you've seen before. And then you see the extra set of legs and realize immediately this is no panther, but a displacer beast. Yes, the purrs of the beast.
Oh, sorry to intrude. Alistair did not indicate he had other guests.
Speak to it, Carlo. Just like with the bear.
Milady Willow, I have brought your guests. I'll be right back with tea, with Milady's permission.
Where is she?
She's on the throne.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just sitting. And she just looks at Halstree and gives a nod. Folks, I will be grabbing that tea and bringing it right in. No sudden movements. I trust that should be fine.
No
Of course.
problem.
I mean, our guests here.
I mean, now I'm thinking about it, and all I can think about is sudden movements.
Right. Don't do them. Anyway, I'm going to go get your tea. Best of luck. And he saunters in that interesting yet soft way to another door set. Looking
Hi.
deeply at all of you, Willow looks and says, "Why have you come?"
Sword? A sword? I look around. I'm like, was it a sword?
It's we're looking for some things down here. We were alerted of their presence. We're looking for something called the Face Layer, and we're looking for a green dragon that's been causing harm down here.
There's no green dragon causing harm here.
Maybe it caused harm elsewhere and just like came here to further cause harm, but hasn't yet. You know anything that rings a bell?
The only green dragon here is Terralai.
I bet you it harmed something at one point.
Well, there was a party that fought with it, but it turned a new leaf after it killed the party.
Probably the one.
He's been an absolute treat ever since.
Yeah?
Absolutely. He's even helped a few people.
Really? Like, how much would you say? Like doing a favor, like helping somebody move versus like giving up a soul? Like how kind of...
Well, I don't know about this soul part, but I do know that he's had ample opportunities to eat people that he didn't need to. He's instead relied, with my permission, on some small game and large game here and there. Instead, sustenance.
Okay.
So,
Well,
you seek the face layer.
yeah.
We do.
And, who sent you for the face layer? Who told you it was here?
Powerful wizard wielding a black staff.
The black staff.
Yeah, that's right.
It is here.
Like here? And I
Does
look
it-
around the room.
Belong to someone?
Or maybe we have it.
I would have to know what cause you could possibly want to use such a vicious weapon for.
To rescue
Yeah.
someone.
To rescue someone.
There is a greater Fae who has captured someone dear to another member of our party.
And how do I know that your party is not like all the others that seek fame, fortune, and treasure? At the
I mean-
expense of everyone else and their lives.
No, I mean I seek the fame, but not out of expense of anybody.
Mostly, we just want to be safe.
I see. You want to be safe.
My friend's brother is being held captive. I mean to see them safely returned. If you could help with me, I would be very grateful for that.
Perhaps there's a service we could do in exchange to prove our sincerity.
Really?
It's a possibility.
I should have to think on that. But I don't smell the taint of evil about all of you.
Hold you. I look at Turja.
Except you. You, I feel a great loss. Oh, actually, in your case, Tiefling, I sense an emptiness, a void.
Like, yeah, I'm kind of sad recently. I also lost my soul. It's been really hard to write music. I don't know, like, it's just been really hard.
Are you faking this or are you being sincere?
No, I'm like really sincere about how hard it is to write music.
See. Well, Chrysan thinks that you are not a complete threat.
I point at the cat, the displacer beast. I'm like, that?
Yes, Chrysan.
Oh, thank you.
My companion. I must say, I was admiring how you treated the bear and how you treated those goblins.
Barry?
Well, I think he calls himself Bob, but the human equivalent of that. But, you know, he'll respond to anything if meat's on the table.
Okay.
Very Bob.
Although I don't exactly know how him and the goblins are going to get on, since I think they're both going after the same meat. But, I mean, here they're there.
Well then, I tell you what. Even now, your friend the bear is in grave danger from those goblins.
Very.
So you have a choice right now. Do you save the bear? Or do you have tea with me and possibly get the face layer?
I'm gonna
In
go
all,
with the broom.
Test
I was gonna say-
time.
In all fairness, your willowness? I'm not sure. It's your tower,
Just Willow.
Willow. Be back in a flash. And
Oh,
Garlo,
actually-
because he's accelerated, and Garlo has triple movement speed.
How far is the bear?
You
How
don't
far
know.
was the place? Well, from where we were, where the goblin tree was.
It's a good 20-minute walk, but you
Like
can be there in
distance.
less than...
Like 500 feet.
It's not the feet. It's the brush.
Well,
Well,
no, it's the feet for me.
I see what you're doing there. Give me one moment here. Let me check the map.
I'll look at Rafe and Turja and Lucy and just be like, do you two want to handle diplomacy and we'll go save Barry?
I'd
Sure.
say you could make it the few hundred feet in there. The reason it was 20 minutes is because, well, let's be honest, you didn't know where you were going, and you weren't exactly rushing because, you know, you were being cautious. You were being, except for you, Lucy, who decided to go flying. But yeah. So what are you guys doing?
If Garlo looked like he's gonna go, I'm gonna like grab his hand, open a mystical door, and just like
You guys are going
shove
to
him
dimension
through it.
door?
Yeah.
Lucy and I are on Team Barry. Turja and Rafe
Okay.
are on diplomacy.
No, I'm actually going through the door with you.
We can't. I can only take one person.
So you guys are standing there, and
hold on.
Carlo
Okay,
jumps
so
in. Yeah.
Who wants to travel? Who wants to take?
Oh no,
Team
no,
Barry?
no. There's no conversation. This is what you guys just decided happened. So, Luciano and Garlo, you bump through the door. Boom, you're gone. And you two, Rafe and Turja, you're now like, did they just leave? Did they just leave?
I believe they did, yes.
Oh no.
Well,
Are
the
we
good news
going
is-
after them?
The good news is it was a dimension door, so they couldn't have gone far.
I think we should.
I think they went where the bear was, right?
Yeah, most likely.
And the rest of you bolt for the area.
You guys don't want to do diplomacy?
I give a quick curtsy to Lady Willow and I say, excuse me, milady, I think we should find our companions.
By all means.
I
he's
grab
brought the
Rafe's
tea.
hand.
You grab Ray's hand and do what?
Start walking out with him.
In front of Lester?
Triple speed.
Rafe,
If
are you
it,
going
if
or
it
are you
makes
staying?
Lester stop pestering me, that's a bonus.
I'm not fighting this.
All right. As you
Why-
get there, you see the tree where the meat is. You guys instantly get there. Boom. You hear and you're hearing and surrounding this bear are multiple goblins and large bats flying around.
Okay.
A spear, a broken one, juts from the side of the bear. It's swatting at goblins on the ground, but they seem to be staying out of range and poking at him with a spear. They're trying to get an angle on
Done
him.
that.
He looks scared. The goblin bats, there were bats, and they're zipping down, snapping at him, and then zipping back up before he can get them. And if he pays attention to them, he gets another little spear chuck in the side. What are you guys doing?
Oh,
Roll for initiative,
Lucy.
everyone.
There we go. Number 10.
Dang.
Hey, samesies.
Jesus. I guess I'm last.
Fantastic.
As I am going first, I am going to go ahead and make use of my staff. I am going to cast... Actually, I'm going to expend one charge and create a cloud of insects.
Oh yeah.
And they surround me for... I think it says it's a 30-foot radius from me.
Okay.
And then I move towards the bear.
Second here. Boop.
I need to find my staff so I can expend a charge. Where is this?
So the goblins have not yet seen you. What is it you did?
I invoked my staff of swarming insects. I used one charge, created an insect cloud, 30-foot radius around myself, and then I moved towards the bear.
So the swarm comes in, and the goblins are kind of like, whoo, and then suddenly the bats are coming in because they're going to eat. They're looking at feeding, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they really can't see other than there's a big cloud of insects around. The bear looks panicked because it doesn't understand why this cloud of insects is coming in. But it's...
And the very last thing I do as I approach the bear is I speak loudly enough that I can be heard over the buzzing. Remember to hit them with the flat of your blade, please.
Uh-huh. Ah, right.
All right.
That is my turn.
3 goblins immediately go after no one. They're still they're flailing around from the insects. I will give that panic moment for you guys. Rafe has moved in. 2 more goblins, however, spot Rafe. The Wurbat goblins immediately zip in to try to nip at you. Hold on one second here, buddy. Does a 22 hit you, Luciano?
What?
Does a 22 hit you?
Yeah.
All right. A giant bat zips down with a very goblinoid face, although furry, and swipes at you with its and takes a bite. It gets 7 points of damage to you. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I will shoot it back.
You're gonna shoot it
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot.
with what?
With my boop 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 hellish rebuke.
Okay, roll the damage on Hellish Rebuke.
Uncast. Boom. So it's a dex 16.
Dex what?
16.
Hold on a second.
I thought you said 60 at first.
It's got a
It's like,
16.
how?
It rolled a 16.
All right, cool.
Half damage.
So half damage. We're gonna go for 9 damage.
9 damage. You just killed it.
Hell yeah. Sorry.
Oops. The next one attempts to come after you. And it does another swiping bite. However, it only gets a 13 to hit. Does that hit you?
Finally, something doesn't hit me.
Yes, yes. And then after that, it flies back again. All right. With that, Turja and Rafe have made it in. Turja makes it right up to you, Luciano.
I would actually be staying back a little bit.
Well, you're in trees, so just be aware it's going to be harder to hit. Everybody's going to have cover.
Okay.
Okay.
Carlo's gonna yell, "Yo, let's just grab the bear and run!"
Absolutely. Do you have bear? Do you have hands on bear?
I can, and you accelerated us, so I can move like a foot.
If you have hands on bear, can you lift the bear?
Yup. Yep.
Are we going? So it's our turns, right?
Who's
It is. It's Turja's turn. Actually, it's Luciano's turn. So sorry. Or no, Garlo's turn. Sorry.
Well, we're
I am
both at
getting all
7.
this messed up. So Garlo, what are you doing?
Am I next to Barry?
I mean, you ran right in through the insect
So
swarm to Barry.
we're both at 7. Can I propose real quick? Garlo, can you run? And I want to cast something to help him get out.
Like with Barry? Yeah, I
Yeah.
can run. I can run like hell.
So if I can go first, because we can both. So if you'll let me go first, Brandon, I'll cast darkness so that way they can't hit you. They can't get opportunities.
But they're in the middle of an insect swarm too.
Are they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They'd probably have disadvantage. Plus, I can take a few hits.
You can't see with infravision. Only you could see Luciano in darkness.
No, I can't even see. Nobody can see unless they have. And they're. You said these are goblins or bats or both.
The area is heavily obscured for anyone who is not Rafe.
Okay, so we
I
can
was gonna
probably
say
get without
unless
it.
the bats have blind sight or some fucking sense.
I'll take some hits. It's okay.
It says heavily obscured for anyone who's not Rafe.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'll take.
If you
Then
keep
I don't have to cast it.
concentration on the on the accelerate instead, then I'll just
Go!
do that.
Get the
so
fuck out!
I'm gonna grab Barry. Basically, like go up under him, and then I'm gonna run. I'll take some op attacks if you'd like, but if you'll doing just some math. If I'm carrying him, is it probably half movement, or do you want me to do an athletics check? Because I have a plus 12 to athletics.
I will let you make an athletics check. You will still move it at regular speed. You will not move at accelerated speed if that's the case. Okay.
So then it would just be half.
Half movement. You know.
Ooh, net one,
Ooh.
but 13. So
Okay. Yeah, you
But,
still pick him up. He's heavy.
yep. But with my movement, my action, and my bonus action, I can run 120 feet with a bear.
Good lord.
Yep.
You guys- no one else
if I was
sees
still
this.
accelerated.
Except Rafe, because everything's heavily obscured. So first of all, you fight through all the insects to get to the bear, and the bear's like looking really confused until it sees you, and it's kind of like it gives the biggest, and then you lift it right up, and to Rafe, you see this tiny little gnome, stocky, pick up a big, huge honking bear, like up over his head, put him on his shoulders, and the bear's like, huh? And he's kind of like not feeling this, except for the firm, strong grip of Garlo. And then you see Garlo basically hook down and dig and just start moving through the insects.
Full fireman's carry on a bear.
Oh yeah, and like you're hearing the goblins like they don't understand what's going on. Luciano.
Garlo sprints past you all with a bear and is like, run, 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 run.
Turja, what are you doing?
I'm gonna run too, just FYI. I'm
Okay.
going.
Well, I'm just gonna move. Do you want me to move myself 120 feet?
I thought you were half.
No,
that is
I,
half.
I could. Yeah, that is half for me.
Okay.
I
Okay.
could have moved 240.
Are there any goblins or goblin bats that are outside the darkness?
There's no darkness.
There's no darkness.
He's already.
Yeah, there's
It's
plenty
a-
of goblin
it's a-
bats that are flitting through, and some of them are sampling the insect deliciousness for them.
It's an insect swarm.
I
Hell yeah.
cast. I focus on the one in the center, and I cast sleep first level.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. That's
roll-
not hindered
roll
by.
your beautiful hit point damage. Or hit points.
5d8.
Hit points
1
for-
second.
You just hit that 5d8 link.
24 points
Thanks,
sleep.
Shark Tabletop.
That one plus 2 more fall asleep immediately. Thump, 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 thump. Even more confused, the goblin bats that were flying immediately fly down and turn and, hit the ground and start checking on their friends who just basically went.
I say, hurry, let's go!
And you guys dart right back, and you leave the goblin that's dead.
I mean,
I can't
I mean,
heal
it's
it.
dead. is it dead?
I mean, it's down.
Is it dead?
Well, you gonna go check it?
I mean, I can walk right over to it. Sure.
The swarm of
And-
insects goes. It's bleeding out,
Oh, then
unconscious.
I will go ahead and tap it on the forehead and give it a first level cure wounds.
I was gonna say, do you have spare the dying? And just
I
not
don't have
let it
spare the
die?
dying, but I
Okay.
did roll a 1.
Nice.
And I am not going to use my power to boost that.
You watch
uh,
it go. Ah! Oh, ah, ah. And all it is looking up at this face that is surrounded by a swarm of insects, and then it faints.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
And then yeah, I guess I'm done because I did move and cast a spell. So
All right.
Grab it by the collar. Don't mess with the bears. Let it faint.
I am not the speaker for the bears.
Okay. Very impressive. Very impressive indeed. You guys very rapidly make it back to the throne room, carrying a bear, no less, with a spear in its side.
What part of flat up the blade was not clear, Luciano?
I didn't use a blade.
You
Palace
can
Tree, is it
pull-
okay if I just put this anywhere?
You can pull your verbal
I'm certainly
punches.
sure that Miss Willow will answer that.
I still don't even know how that works, if I'm being honest, Rafe. It just kind of happens sometimes.
All right.
Lady Willow, do you mind if I put Barry? Do you have a specific place?
She gets up from the throne. Just place him gently on the floor.
Garlo, like the legs of the bear just extend and it's probably touching the ground.
Yeah.
My-
Oh.
And just plunk and nuzzles you with its head a little bit.
I would say we left the insect swarm outside.
Oh yeah, you did.
It just goes back to nature.
Oh god, they opened the window. There's so many moths in here.
Yeah. At that point, Lady Willow touches the bear on the forehead. You see a light green light trail from her to the bear. She takes her other hand and removes the spear. Hands it to Halistry. Please dispose of that. And then the healing powers of the druid heal the bear, as if no damage had ever occurred. Nice lady, is what Garlo gets from that.
Bob, are you okay?
Did we miss tea?
No, sir. It's quite right. It's right here. Cup for you, cup for you, cup for you, cup for you. And you see Lester Navely is already drinking a cup.
Yeah,
This
I
tea
don't
is
imagine he came out.
amazing. Quite invigorating. Thank you. Well done. Except for you. But your party as a group made up for it. You have honored the forest, as per the requirements of my woods, and still saved your bear companion. Congratulations. The face layer is yours.
It was here the whole time. I
Wonderful.
look for it.
She pulls a
voice.
curtain back, and encased in glass,
Oh,
a large
curtain,
piece
yeah.
of glass, is a arrow standing point down. A very long arrow. A large, powerful broadhead, jagged, comes from it. In the shape of a leaf of ivory. The three blades sticking out. The fletching appears to be well-trimmed golden eagle feathers. The wood itself, the finest walnut. You don't even have to have detect magic to know that this is a very powerful artifact indeed. She
Oh.
gently raises the glass. Who will be the bearer?
The bear.
I don't think any of us know to use a longbow.
I'll take it. I don't use a longbow, but I'll take it.
I'm fairly certain someone in your party must be able to use a longbow, or else this will be a worthless endeavor indeed.
Yeah, I
meant-
did think it would be a sword.
Our companion was not here. She knows how to use a longbow.
Eh, somewhat.
Fantastic.
I say I'll take it for now.
Great. And you take it? Be very careful with it. You only get one opportunity to use it. After that, its magic is unable to be reused for at least 500 years.
Whoa.
So does it. What?
Hey,
Is it automatically destroy a Fae that it hits, or what does it do?
Well, one way or another, it does an unbelievably powerful amount of damage.
Who did it kill last?
I don't know.
Oh.
But
Thank you very much.
But about 100 years ago, its time was up, and it came back.
Huh?
I put it in my pack.
There are great benefits to the person if they recover this arrow and bring it back here.
Sort of like a low.
Okay.
Well, such a powerful artifact should be kept in check, should it not?
Sure.
Agreed.
If it is within our power, lady, we will make sure it is returned to you when we are done.
Wish you the best of luck.
You know the dragon? Do you know where to find the dragon?
Yes, he is on his, well, his platform, if you will, to the southeast.
Platform? Like a stage?
You'll know it when you see it.
Lady Willow, if I might ask, we saw many corpses outside.
Yes.
Are they any particular reason? A lot. I mean, adventurers coming down into your woods, was that just rude guests who didn't ring the doorbell properly, or?
Yes. They were people who didn't honor the rules of the wood.
Perhaps you should make sure we know all the rules of the woods. We would not want to dishonor it, you see.
Young lady, did you read the signs?
We did.
Then you know the rules of the woods.
That's what we needed to know. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you. For
I
your
wish
time,
you
for
the
your
best in
tea.
your endeavor, and do maintain the rules of the woods.
Okay. Are we? Garlos really, because he doesn't have a headband of intellect, so he's trying to wrap his head around. If the goblins can attack us, are we not allowed to attack them, or is it just not kill?
Are you saying this out loud?
Yeah, Garlo's like, and it's very sporadic because it's just like the thoughts that Garlo can't keep in his head with a 10 intelligence.
My young and yet heroic gnomish friend. You ask a very good series of questions. The residents of the wood have special dispensation to live here, to hunt here, and to eat here. When people take advantage of that are residents, or people who are not residents, do anything of the sort, well, problems arise very quickly. Right, Chrisanne? She gives him a little pet.
Is there any way we could get a quick, like a pass while we're down here?
A pass?
We're not residents, but just visiting,
So that the
Cannot be
goblins don't
attacked.
attack us.
or anything
No.
else that might be like, okay.
No, I'm afraid I can't do that. You're not
The
residents.
goblins aren't in the forest, does it count?
If they're in my lands, they count.
Okay.
What about cloakers? And Garlo just like,
Oh,
they have
God.
this, we have the pelt of one.
I'm fully aware of what happened with the cloakers. They also were not residents.
Huh.
And I'm also aware that you hadn't seen the signs that some other little interloper had scooped up from the beaches when you had come here. I've been trying to get rid of the cloakers for a while. You did me a service. That's your free pass.
Thank you.
I think we should take our leave. We're not
Yeah,
bother Lady Willow any more than we have already.
That's too kind of you. But I must go back to my meditations. I wish you the best of luck on your way out. I hope you are able to find your friend, rescue her brother, and return the face layer.
Hope to as well.
May
House
nature
tree.
bless you.
Garlo's gonna run up to House Tree and shake his hand.
Well, pleased to be your acquaintance. I hope you enjoyed the tea.
Did? Really good. You grow it
Yes.
yourself?
Well, the leaves are picked from the woods. Yes, it's a combination of bark from an aspen tree, various other tea leaves from the area, from natural plants, and dandelion. So it's medicinal as well as enjoyable.
Garlo, like a quick whisper to House Tree. It's like, okay, hold on. Shouldn't kill residents of the forest. Got it. What about flowers? And if I wanted to take some bark and some tree things, do the plants count as residents?
They do, but a little bit is fine. A lot is a problem.
Maim, don't kill. Got it.
Exactly. Mother Nature has a way of bouncing back until it can't.
Perfect. Thanks, House Tree.
Absolutely. Enjoy the tea.
Bye, Chrisen. I'm away with the Displacer Beast.
The Displacer Beast kind of looks when you call the name, and then looks back down.
Barry, do you want to stay here? I think it's dangerous where we're going.
No. I'm afraid your bear friend can't stay. He needs to get back to his life in the woods. He would be
Sure,
very unhappy here.
I mean, I don't doubt, but the goblins that killed him the last time he went into the woods.
Looks like he didn't die to me.
Barry,
Such as-
don't go
such
after
as-
that meat.
how nature works, right?
All right.
And
Barry, give that meat a wide berth.
he ushers you out of the room and in back out the front door. It says, "Safe travels, farewell,
Mm,
best of luck."
thank
Bye.
you.
You step out. Naively stops and says, Lester goes, "Oh, wait. Sorry, I almost forgot to give you this back." "Oh, thank you. You're so kind and so honest. I appreciate that."
Lester, do you want to stay?
No. No, I don't. It's dirty in the floors in there. And frankly, I think her big, extra-legged cat would eat me.
Probably true.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't have to spoil it, Rafe. I guess, does anyone, as we're, like, blocking, so we have to head southeast, right? That's where they said the dragon was?
Mm-hmm.
As we're passing by Alecta, Turja, and Lucy, you all used to be able to see magic. Is there any luck in looking at these corpse piles as we go by, if they were dead adventurers?
I wasn't
I
looking
just
for
feel
magic.
magic. I don't see. I just kind of feel the flow of magic
I don't
in
know
my
that
music.
I would go digging through those corpses, honestly, Garlo.
I can see magic if I'm looking for it, Garlo, but I wasn't.
Oh, no, but, I mean, we're gonna have to head south anyways. We want to do just cursory glances. I mean, you never know if a potion or a extra thing.
Given that there are restrictions on killing the goblins in this woods, I think it's better if I save my magic for sleep spells.
Fair enough.
Also,
Just to take
is the dragon a resident of the woods? Because that woman did not seem to be a person I would want to have angry at me.
Yeah, it might have been a good call that we went to her first. I guess
Now,
we cross that bridge when we get there.
does anyone
Yeah, it
need
seems like a later problem.
does anyone need a blunt instrument, something that they can knock out a goblin with, rather than murdering it? And I'm looking at Luciano.
Haha, you got in trouble.
Thank you.
DM, how does non-lethal damage work with psionic blades?
Ooh, that's a toughie.
Is it just like an auto KO kind of situation?
Yeah, if you
like
hit the what we'll call phantom hit point damage, yeah.
It was
I
just
think,
like
yeah, I
knock
think
'em out.
psychic damage can be subdual just by default.
Yeah.
Just a slight brain hemorrhage.
I mean,
You
yeah, you're giving him multiple concussions on the way down, but I mean, like, yeah.
He's having an existential crisis that you've triggered.
I thought I just had to be worried about swords and things, but no, you stabbed my brain.
Yeah.
Directly, not
Directly,
even bypassing the
without touching
skull.
the skin.
Yeah.
One of my spells makes people think they're drowning.
Yeah.
And that's how they take damage. They are terrified of drowning. Okay? So like
Psychosomatic. Yep.
right right.
And with that, we'll take a short 10-minute break, and when we come back, we're going to find out what the party does next.
And that's why it's the most delicious Pokemon.
I have to agree. I mean, when you season them up just right, they really pop.
That's why they went for so much
I
money.
mean, one of them is literally an ice cream cone, but I digress.
One, I didn't know that about the ice cream cone one, but now I'm intrigued. If chat could tell me which one that is, I would graciously thank them for it.
Vanillish, Vanillux.
There's several actually, yeah.
Okay, so the party back in the cavernous woods, standing there, trying to decide how are they going to do this without raising the ire of the Lady of the Woods, but still do something to exchange a soul, if they will, if they could.
I mean, worst comes to worst, we just cut and run, right? That's what we got that bird for.
So, what are you doing?
Right, nothing says we actually have to fight a dragon. Fighting is bad.
Maybe. I mean, we'll get there. First, we gotta get there. So, Lucy, you wanna fly up and we'll see if we can spot a ledge or something at the southeast? Can I
Get on my
come?
broom. You must.
I don't even wait. I just like piggyback you. I'm like, ha!
Yeah. Fuck. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What? Is the
What
bear
are you-
still with us? I thought he left.
He didn't leave. He just came out with you.
No.
Well, he isn't
Well,
always
Lucy-
fair.
Lucy
I
and I
didn't
fly
have a
up
problem
to
with
get
the bear. I just didn't realize it was back with us.
Mm-hmm. He's just kind of following you right now.
We
If
fly
you
up to see kind of around. Yeah.
Okay.
Do we
So you
see
guys-
something at the southeast?
Let me take a look, see at how this works here for you guys. Boo, 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 boo. Let me level you there. Let me move Mr. Navely. There we go. Let me get right back to where we were here. Okay. So the best advice that you can get is to go up in the air. And it's a very good idea. As you go up into the air, you can start to look down. And you see what could only be described as you see a number of buildings to the southeast. Quite a few actually, like buildings that were built here that have somehow become overgrown. But also at the edge of the wood, you see what looks to be a large earthen resin platform here with a building on it, and a bridge that crosses the river to a cavern on the other side. You do see the river all the way down now. I will give you that. In all of its, very quick glory as it goes around the caverns that are here. And further down. You also see some large bats flitting much further south than this platform. But this platform is to the southeast. But there's also additional walls and cavern.
All right. Looks like that might be where we're heading.
Oh yeah.
You also see, outside of the woods themselves, you also see the walls continue on, the towers and walls. So that's what you see.
Great.
Yeah.
Fly back down, and I mean, do you want to stay on the broom and just float above, or do you want to ride on Barry? I think maybe he's coming with us now. Although honestly, we should probably send him back.
Yeah, good idea.
I mean, he's safe in his part of the woods, but I mean, if we're going towards a dragon, I don't imagine how safe he might be.
So as you float back down and you land, you say this to them.
Yeah, I tell Barry just flat out, I'm like, hey, we're gonna. Do you know what a dragon is? Big scales, wings, probably.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to go. I don't know if we're gonna fight it or if we're gonna talk to it, but we're gonna go to where it's at. Do you want to come with, or do you want to just go back to your neck of the woods, so to speak?
No, I want to go with. Dragon's mean. No.
Okay, that's okay.
Mean? Oh.
Man.
Well,
Mm.
try to stay clear of those goblins. I'll just point north and be like, if you just head back that way, you probably give them a wide berth. You'll be fine.
Okay.
All right.
And he takes off. You see him like scampering that bear way.
Yeah. He
Into the
runs
woods.
and like fully
Turns
fine
back.
on his way.
Turns back, looks at you for a minute, then runs into the woods.
Get out of here!
Your way with animals is amazing, Garlo.
I mean, takes one to know one.
Yeah, that's a curious thing to say.
Aren't you just a giant teddy bear?
He's small.
Or-
What?
I
But
you
he's
were a rock
big-hearted.
then, Barlow.
I don't like being the center of whatever conversations these are. Stop it. Let's move.
Fine, fine.
What we doing now?
We got a look-see. Think it must be where we're heading. Saw a platform over the southeast and just kind of point in the direction. It looks like Garlo points south. It looks like the trees kind of bend around here. Are we thinking we want to stay out of the trees? Just walk around in the clearing? Or do we want to... Actually, from where we were, did we see, does this, like, area we're in, does this wrap around all the way towards that, spot?
It does
or
not. It
Okay.
does not. And some of your view is blocked by the trees themselves, so you're not sure how far the clearing does go or not.
Mhm.
But you're pretty sure that it does not go all the way. You're going to have to go through woods at some point.
No worries.
Well,
So,
let's just remember that the goblins, the trees recommended that we avoid the old trees, whatever old trees are.
They didn't say anything about the goblins. Come on.
Why would
Uh,
they warn us about goblins when they were trees?
I would
Even
include
leaving
Venus' fancy
aside what the trees said or did not say about the trees, I think Lady Willow would take exception if we killed anything in these woods.
Yeah.
true. Alright, well, let's just, do you want to just direct path? Fastest way between 2 points?
Sure.
Alright.
She did
Just-
point out that if any of the creatures that reside here decide to take too much advantage of their situation, they will be dealt with.
Take a bite out of them first. Well, let's move.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Into the woods.
As you're walking through the forest, and you are, we'll just start doing a little bit of this. One of the first things you notice this time around as you get deeper into this particular forest is that throughout the trees now, there are all these different totems, druidic totems, just hanging from the trees. And throughout this forest also, there are quite a few, like, it's not subtle, it's almost like trash, just all over the place. Rusted weapons, pieces of armor, the occasional like piece of clothing, rotting leather here and there from somebody. It's there. It's throughout. It's not subtle. But nothing you find is of any value. Like, it's rusted, it's messed up, it's junk. But it came off of heaven only knows how many different people as you go through. As you hold on 1 second here. Continue through that forested area. Scattered bits of cloth, feathers tied together with sticks, like crude dolls almost, hang from trees everywhere. Each one of which appears to be modeled slightly differently, with a piece of something related to someone. There's too many little pieces of cloth or leather attached to these totems that they weren't all made at the same time, and you can see that they're representative of something that has occurred here. In short order, you start to figure out that it's totems of the people that have probably been killed here. There's a message being sent.
Cuts to the Lucy like pulls out a camcorder. It's like, guys, what are we doing? Just a Blair Witch.
Not exactly a subtle woman as our Lady Willow, is she?
Do you think it was her work, or maybe one of the residents?
Probably her. I imagine.
Like the kind.
Probably be bad to take one of these, right?
Why would you bother?
That's not a
It's
rule,
valuable.
is it?
Keepsake. I think because Garlo, I think before we left her tower, because you had described like the different wildflowers and going, Garlo's taken a few, and it's kind of like Garlo's essentially building, like picking up the souvenirs from a trip when we get back with Sim. It's like, this is where we got these here, and then we got these here. I went all the way to the Undermountain, and all I got was this weird doll.
Maybe leave things alone if we don't have to touch them.
Okay.
So you're navigating as best you can. You come up for sky things, but it's gotten dark now. Fireflies are all over the place.
Taste.
You hear the occasional wild sound in the area. And then you hear a loud roar. Thank you very much, Tech Goblin. Just one. You hear a couple small shrill screams from something, and then it's quiet again. And the forest sounds return, except for the birds that flapped away from wherever that roaring came from.
Carlo, is that your stomach? Say very, like, scared.
Well, I hope not. But that would probably be better than the alternative.
So what? We heard this dragon was a bad soul, right? Lucy, where's your weird bird at?
What? Oh. It's gone at the moment, I guess.
Is it?
Didn't like the lady.
Because we heard she thinks it's fine, but Kakadak says it's worth a lot for your soul, so I don't know.
Kakadak values good souls, though, so, you know.
Is it really a good time and place for this discussion, or should we be looking for somewhere to camp?
Has it gotten toward nightfall?
It
Yeah,
is
it's dark
nightfall.
night.
Yeah.
I think we should perhaps camp for the night.
Okay. Kind of close.
Well,
Garlo has like most of his stuff though. It's just Garlo being the resource management, but I mean, if you think so, that'd be fine. Do you want to just set up the tent here? Do we want to? I mean,
You find
here as good a spot as any.
a space that's at least wide enough to set up the tent. It's close to some trees, as a matter of fact, on at least two corners.
Are
And
they big trees? Old trees?
they're big trees, yeah.
Well, we'll set up and take watch. Just keep eyes and ears out in case any more of that roaring starts, I guess.
Yep. I feel like the roar will wake us up.
All right. So you guys set up the tent, you run your guards through, and it's a relatively uneventful night. I need each of you to make a perception check for your guard post period.
I'm gonna use a gift of luck.
And
that Lucy
who
gave
is
me.
the person that's the last person on guard duty? Just curious. What's the order?
I'll go first.
Darla.
Let's.
I'll take last.
Okay.
Okay.
Carlos an early riser.
Okay.
Oof, just 11.
And advantage. 23.
Okay. So, Garlo, you come in and it's still dark. Everybody else, it seems uneventful. You're fighting, falling asleep yourselves, and you're on guard duty because there's nothing happening except for the continual droning, if you will, of insects, and the occasional night creature. Garlo, you come out. You sit down, and something isn't quite right. You could have swore the tent was set up the other way, because the trees that were at the back corner are now at the front corner of the tent. And you're wondering when the tent got turned around. As the sun comes up, you're standing there, and the trees start to shake. They look down at you. You see faces appear in them. And they demand to know immediately, what are you doing in these woods?
We just came from Lady Willow's place. She pointed us in the direction of the Green Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Are we close? I'm sorry, I'm awful rude. I'm Garlo, and you are?
You wish to see the dragon.
That's our plan, yeah. Is that bad?
You should not see the dragon.
Why is that?
Death awaits those who see the dragon. Many have come seeking its treasures in these woods. And then the other one speaks up. And not one has come back. Its
Is it-
breath is poison.
Have you met this dragon?
We have seen its handiwork.
Is
We
it
have spoken with it on occasion.
is it good or evil, in your estimation, wise oak and elm?
It is good. Also, Luciano, just for some situational awareness for you, souls are souls. Good souls are delicious. Bad souls are tasty too. What's important is how powerful the soul is, or how much
Okay.
the soul has fallen into despair because of its actions. The more pain that it has to remember, the better. If you seek its treasures, if you seek its head, it is highly unlikely that you will return. Many have come thinking they would best the dragon. And only a few have come to speak with it.
Those that have come to speak, have they left?
As long as all they did was speak and sought knowledge, yes. And then the other tree speaks, it wasn't always this way. The dragon was terrible here in the early days, and some adventurers tried to kill it. They died, but afterwards, after a conversation with Willow, the dragon seemed to have turned a new leaf, if you will. It changed its ways. It still carries a scar deeply from that fight.
What kind of scar?
You won't miss it. Right in its skull. We can escort you from these woods, if you wish. We can show you a way deeper, should you wish. But we will not take you to the dragon.
I'm afraid that I think that is where our path leads. But if you'll mind waiting a moment, my friends are finishing their rest. Perhaps they will have another insight, but I think our path leads towards the dragon.
I think our time here is done. Yes, certain death awaits you. And they stumble off to the north.
I look
Slowly but surely.
Dragging our tent with them?
No.
Okay.
look as they lumber off, and Garlo just kind of like chuckles and just says to himself, "It wouldn't be the first time." And then proceeds to get some. It starts a small, or no, there's a kitchen in the tent. Starts making some gruel for breakfast. And gets everybody up.
If you call it porridge, it sounds nicer.
Yeah, but gruel's just, you know it's going to stick to your ribs if it's gruel.
So, making gruel / porridge. The tent awakes to the smell of warm food. The party gets together, they sit down, you eat. Garlo, I'm assuming you impart your knowledge of the tree conversation to your fellow. Why, there's lots of talking trees in here.
Magical forest. I mean, I guess it kind of comes with the territory. But, yeah, oak and elm, they, said that death awaits those who follow it, and then, I relay everything that they told me. So, about, it being evil at first, but then, after killing some adventures, it seems to be remorseful. Has treasure, I guess, but, anyone, death comes to those who seek it, or its treasure, I guess.
So is our plan to attack the dragon or to talk to it, based on what you said?
Willow had a conversation with the dragon. It could be worth our lives to attack it, just on that grounds, let alone what the dragon can do itself.
What is... Yeah, I'll look to Lucy. So what is a soul exchange? Do you know?
No, no more than anybody else. I would just assume that it would be my soul returned in exchange for the dragon soul. That would just be my 2 cents, but...
Can you confirm that?
Yep,
not at the...
that's
look for
close
Kakarot, yeah.
enough. That's what it is.
That's
I'm just in your
essentially...
head right now.
Yeah.
Hey, so essentially, we have 2 ways. We can either, slay the soul in the name of your, god, hell, devil friend, or we can convince the said dragon to sign the contract for its soul, which is even juicier, because what that means is you're having the dragon enter a contract in a way that, well, makes it hurt more.
Ooh. I'm not going to tell them that. Yeah, so essentially we just get the dragon to sign over its soul. They take it, they being the devils, and then I get my soul back because that soul is worth more in power, in strength, and whatever.
So the dragon is just entering into... basically becoming taking your place in the contract. It doesn't mean the dragon dies, right?
I look up thoughtfully, thinking to Kakarot.
I mean, what you're doing is you make sure the contract shows a clause for in exchange. I am fairly certain that the exchange is worthy, should you wish to maintain that and go forward with such a exchange. Because draconic souls are just so worth it.
Yeah,
They're
but
so
do they
top-notch.
die?
Well, eventually everyone dies.
Yeah, but not from the soul exchange.
No,
Not as a
no,
result.
no,
Okay.
no. Their soul is
No.
pledged. I mean, for all we know, they go find an even older dragon and exchange.
Yeah, cool.
their soul
Cycle
with it.
continues.
Yeah. It's the circle of soul exchange. Yeah, it's beautiful. Just
It's
make it
fantastic.
happen. Yeah, can we do this now? Because I'd really like you to have your soul back. It's not good if you don't have your soul.
Cool. Yeah, so we just get them to sign the contract and we should be fine. They'll be fine. We'll be fine. Everybody will be fine.
I mean, that's presuming, of course, that the dragon is interested and intriguing in such a conversation. It may just come down to fighting for it and, taking its soul in the name of...
Get it to sign the contract and...
Just saying, worst case scenario. Anything's possible. You do the wrong thing, negotiations may not be on the table. You do the right things, hey, who knows?
Why, in the name of every god in the pantheon, would the dragon voluntarily sign over its soul to you, or me, or anyone?
Well, I mean, Lucy got power from it.
That's right.
I mean,
Maybe it wants to do the right thing. You know what I mean? Maybe it turned a new leaf and it wants to, put forth good energy into the world by giving up its soul to... I don't know, invigorate somebody who could stop an oncoming threat of, a Manchun?
also, it might give us time. We could try to tell it that we would help it break its own contract in time. I mean, this is... Dragon... Carlo's gonna roll a history check if you have any idea how long a dragon lives.
Whatever makes it feel bad.
Oh shit, 18. Dragons live for a long time, right? So, I mean, it's not like it's in danger. And, I mean, Elm and Oak said that it's been making a pretty... It hasn't had to deal with much threat down here. So, if it's living down here, it's just gonna keep living down here.
Oh, yeah.
Lucy, what do you need for us to help bolster? Is there anything we can do? Do you have a contract?
We'll make one. I'll get Kakarot to figure that part out when we get there.
I already have it ready to go, and we're prepared to make changes and clauses as we go, my friend.
Yeah. So we're good to go. It's just, we got to get there, get the dragon to talk. maybe social engineer, get some crucial information that we can use. Just conversation.
Who is preparing this contract?
Can I get the one who prepared mine? He's just removing. It's like a whiteout situation, like we replace my name, his name. It's all very. It's taken care of.
It's all
circle back around
legalese,
to-
you wouldn't know.
You didn't get it. You didn't go to law school. It's fine.
You're gonna let somebody else write a contract that you'll be a party to without reading it?
Well, I read it. I can read it.
Okay.
We need to do any sort of, and then out of character, Brandon's like, all right, so is this, do we need to buff or do anything? Because one thing I would like to do, Garlo
Constantly,
would like
as we're going, I'm just casting. Gifts of luck.
Like, all of
Garlo-
us randomly?
Randomly, no. Very specifically. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Garlo is gonna pull Lucy aside and just be like, this could go bad. It won't. I'm being positive, but it could. And so I want you to have this. And Garlo is going to take his necklace of wound closure and give it to Luciano. If you get knocked down, this will stop you from dying.
Down and you can get back up again. Interesting.
You could,
But I'm
maybe.
thinking of a song.
I'm putting it in the shared treasure, but
Okay. Make sure you scoop that up.
you'll have to attune to it. But I don't know what all else you have attuned to. But
Okay. So, we doing this?
Well,
I ready.
what's up, Rafe?
if he needs time to attune to it, then we should probably take care of that before we go wandering closer.
I
to the dragon.
assume kind of during the morning prep. So
Yeah.
like he's casting the gifts of luck and
Mm-hmm.
doing this. So it's kind of that morning.
Okay.
Oh, I added the wrong thing.
So he spends some Zen, focusing on this thing, figuring out how it works, figuring out how to tune himself to it. Bing! It's now attuned. If he so chooses to use it as such.
Boom.
Because choices have to get made when you're tuning.
No, I already did.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess the last bit of housekeeping is that I would have cast Prayer of Healing before we all went to sleep.
Prayer of healing. Okay.
And let's see, I would have cast it 4th level, and you all would have healed 30 hit
Yeesh.
points.
Why do we need heals?
Yeah, we just slept.
No,
Yeah,
I
no.
meant before we went to bed. So you didn't have to spend hit dice to recover.
But we just
But we would've-
slept.
The long rest.
Right. But I said before the long rest.
Oh, gotcha. So there wouldn't have needed to be any healing.
Okay.
In case we got attacked in the middle of the night.
Correct.
Ah.
Oh, I have to roll for my staff. Wait, I can only recover 1 point read. Do you want me to roll? It's a 1d6 roll.
Just go ahead, roll. Take your 1. There you go. Good luck.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Good
Thanks for
job.
rolling your 1. All right.
So proud of you.
I do good work.
You do good work. I've slipped my old Ring of Feather Falling on and reattuned to that one. So I won't hurt myself when I leap 60 feet into the air.
Okay. So, you've packed your tent away. You've swatted away a few bugs. You are making your way towards this platform. The platform has not moved. As you make your way through, you still see these totems throughout this area. You still see chunks of armor. In some cases, there may even be a couple bone fragments in a few of them. But most of them are, overgrown with the trees and the vines and stuff like that. The woods are still continuing to start to show signs of autumn, however. As you make your way further down, you encounter the wall. Not a surprise, the wall is very noticeable. Hold on 1 second here while I zoom in on the map for you guys. 1 second here. You see the ivory stone that we've talked about before, various different sections of it. And those sections do reach that top of the platform. So you have two choices. You can try to go around a break in the wall that you see to the north, or you can go around the corner and hope that there is that stairway that you can see to the south. Your choice which way you want to go.
We
How
can see
tall
the
is the
stairway to
wall?
the south.
The guys who flew up could already see it, so they know it exists.
How
You can't
tall
see
is the wall?
The wall should be about, hold on 1 second here. 10 feet high. Excuse me, connected to the marble platform are 2 stone walkways raised atop 20-foot high marble columns. Oh, 10-foot high stone platform covered with moss and ivy connected to the platform are 2 stone walkways raised atop 20-foot high marble columns. So it's about 20, 30 feet up.
Oh, very cool.
Do we want to just climb up and walk it, or do we just gotta go south?
I vote for stairs.
Okay.
Ben, yeah.
We'll head south.
Okay. Heading around the corner, you see the wall as it turns. You take that. Do you want to head toward the clearing or go through the woods to get to the stairs?
Clearing seems fine.
Clearing's
Yeah.
great. Beautiful. Yeah, to the clearing. At the foot of the stairs, hold on 1 second here. You see the mound of natural earth and rock. 70 feet long, 50 foot wide, 10 foot high. There is a stairway that rises up to it. Past the platform, you see that there is a large stone bridge that goes into a cavern opening on the other side of the river. It spans the river with plenty of clearance for anything going underneath. On top of the platform, you see a 15-foot high stone building with a commanding view of the river and stone doors set into its side. A battlement, a crumbling battlement surrounds the roof, atop which you see a tail hanging off one side with iridescent scales. And you see the top area of a dragon's back, wings tucked. Make a perception check, everyone.
Fuck up. Weef.
Oh, woof.
Carlo notices nothing. Luciano notices nothing.
I think I'm just going to take my passive perception of 10. I'm not even going to roll.
Oh, wait, we can
Turgis,
pick that?
You don't know much about dragons, but you think you're hearing snoring. On a draconic scale.
Oh, interesting.
I tap the others and I whisper as quietly as I can. I think it's asleep.
Are you sure?
Yes.
That thing is huge.
It still needs to sleep.
I would like to play a lullaby. Like, not a lullaby, but just like a soothing song that if it happened to wake up while I was playing, like, wouldn't startle it.
Oh, it's one of those, like, easy wake-up ones.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, like, the gradual, like, gets 10% louder every few minutes.
The alarm that my iPhone does now, that's like, no, this one's nice. It's not going to jar you awake.
Something off of Michael Bolton's greatest hits.
Yeah.
Michael Bolton,
But
Kenny
while
G.
casting it,
Both. Where'd you get that clarinet?
I would like
Kazoo in
to
that.
throw in a charm monster.
Oh,
You're gonna attempt to charm a dragon?
our monster.
It's a bold choice.
Before we tried to talk to it.
I'm just gonna be like, I was trying to make sure, like, you were
so a couple things. I just want to make sure we're clear on what you're doing. You're about to play music for a sleeping dragon who doesn't know you're coming.
Yep.
You're about to attempt to charm said dragon with Charm Monster, which, by the way, once you've done that, the dragon at the end of the charm will know it was charmed. Okay. All right. Just so we're clear.
everybody.
Okay. And understand, any contract signed while charmed does not count.
I'm just trying to make sure it's soothed. I'm trying to be. I don't want to come up here and be all aggressive when it wakes up. I'm trying to make sure it wakes up nicely.
And what happens if you fail said charm?
It just knows.
Okay.
I can end the charm. Y'all are assuming the worst.
Well, why would we do that?
All right. Go for it.
So
I get
it would need to make a save.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
hold on a
I
second
have.
here.
Hold on. I get to give you disadvantage with my blade flute.
Hold on here.
We don't think this is one of those ones that has legendary resistances, do we?
Could be. Again. Let's just. What
This-
happened?
This couldn't be his lair because it's the Green Lady's lair.
It's a layer timeshare.
It's a time shared lair.
Time layer? No, that wouldn't work. Schlayer.
It's a we work for villains.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, we work for villains? That's so funny.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we had the dungeon scheduled for Wednesday. Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry.
I'm sure I reserved the death trap room.
All right.
I would love to see
Okay.
that dungeon. That dungeon sounds hilarious.
The we work dungeon.
The
Coming to
WeWork
a
dungeon.
RPG short shot near you on our next Saturday series. The WeWork Dungeon.
Manga, actually.
Yeah.
Dungeon people?
Dungeon people.
Come on.
All right. So, make your. What's the roll?
Do you roll disadvantage, wisdom 16?
I mentioned to everybody that it does poison stuff, right?
Yes.
What does?
I think we
Dragon?
actually smartly bought
The dragon.
antidote potions.
It rolled a 10.
Sweet.
So what's your charm while it's asleep?
I'm just charming it to make sure when we approach and wake it up, it won't wake up and like pounce. It's not going to be like there's people here that while I woke up.
Yeah. All right. I get that. You want it to hear us out.
Yeah, I just want to hold on. I know we're approaching you. You were sleeping. You're used to being attacked. We're not here for that. Hold on.
Okay. What's
Hey,
the
we could've-
duration?
The duration is, I think it's just an hour.
Yep.
Done. Okay. It's still snoring. You guys are walking up. Are you going to climb the side of the wall, or what are you going to do here?
Sure. I'll fly up. I mean,
You fly up. Okay, so you fly up. You see the dragon sleeping.
Mhm.
But what catches your eye the most is the emerald-bladed sword embedded in its skull.
ew. Ooh. It's the giant king.
Okay.
Carla, did you tell us it has a
it
giant
appears to
scar
be a
skull that
long
the trees
sword.
told you?
A
Said it
long
had a
sword.
scar. I told you what the trees told me. They said it had a
Okay.
scar that was noticeable. Obviously, it's very noticeable. I mean, do we wake him up, or do we?
Yeah. What do we do? Why not?
So
Morning.
how are you planning?
I
I was
don't know.
Like,
he was,
I just kind of want to like rub its. Hey, buddy.
You're gonna
Good
rub it?
morning. Like just like, hey,
I thought you were
wake up.
gonna. I thought you were gonna play music.
I am playing music. Well, I did play music as we were approaching. That was like the whole thing there.
So, are you like
let's
playing
see
the
here.
Pina Colada song now? Like, what's going on?
Right.
I mean, it gets
It's the-
really weird here.
What is it? It's the I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic.
I'm alive, alert, awake,
Awake,
enthusiastic. I'm alive, and I'm awake, and I'm awake, and I'm alive. I'm alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. Come on, buddy.
Oh my god!
Time for activities.
This dragon.
It wakes up and
activities.
it
This
wakes up
dragon
and we're
might
all
try to
doing
kill
the...
us because it doesn't like Luciano's music.
Oh, it'll be fine.
Yeah,
We're
there
all
we go.
doing the Japanese like morning calisthenics. It's like and one.
Oh yeah, radio
As-
calisthenics. Let's go.
As you guys start to do this, the dragon, you just see like flip, one eye opens, it turns its skull, looks up, looks down. Where are you guys positioned? Are you guys right where the building's showing you guys at on the ground below?
Oh no.
Is this area in front of it like all on the same level? Like, are we on a lower
So there's
level?
it's on a 15-foot high building on the roof, and you
Yep.
guys are not level unless Luciano is flying still.
I mean,
Are you,
We'll probably
so I
get
just
level
need
with
to,
it.
Luciano. Well, how are you going to get level with it? You're going to climb the building.
I can jump hella high.
I am just going to walk up and use my extending pole to push myself up.
So the dragon sits up. Why are you disturbing my sleep?
Sorry, big guy. We just wanted to talk to you, if that's okay.
You just wish to talk.
Absolutely. The conversation. But yeah. If you need some time, I know you never. It's not hard, easy to, wake up and immediately jump into a conversation. So if like you need a minute, that's fine.
I mean, I could always use another snack, but if you're just here to talk.
Yeah. So first of all, I would just like to say, I did place a little bit of a charm just so you wouldn't wake up all anxious. I know with that sword in your head, it looks like maybe it's not easy to get some sleep. So I wanted you to be able to wake up relaxed.
I sleep like a baby.
Even with and I like point like the.
Do you
That,
want the
if
sword?
anything, is so helpful.
Do you want the sword in your head, or did you let it-
Absolutely.
What?
Don't you dare take this thing from my skull.
I mean, I don't want it. I just am confused how it's helpful.
I mean, I kind of want it. Wait, no, what?
I'm sorry, what?
It
Huh?
looks cool. Lucy, what are you saying?
I don't know. He's saying it helps. It's very strange.
It's me. It's who I am.
The sword is you?
It's everything about me now.
Okay. Well, it's very nice sword. It definitely brings out your scales. Like, how do you compliment a dragon?
Well, the iridescence is from a nice diet of meat.
Yes. Hell.
And fish. So, what are we talking about? Might I add, your outfit is absolutely, artistically amazing.
Thank you. I try.
Yes. Anyway,
I was just wondering, we've heard some mixed things. How did you find yourself down here?
I swam.
Swam?
75 years ago.
So you've been here for 75 years? Wow.
Well,
Must be
I
nice.
think it's been 75 years. It's kind of hard to tell down here, but I'm very comfortable.
What brought you down here? You didn't like the skies anymore, or?
I was looking for a place to live.
Okay. And how old? How long? You've been here 75 years. How long were you up above?
Now, more lifetimes than you can count, son.
Oh, I bet. I don't, especially I like rub my stomach with my diet.
look
I don't
like
expect
you
to live
have
long.
not missed any meals.
No.
So what is it we're talking about again?
Just, shooting the shit. Why not? We spoke with, what was her name? Willow? Do you know Willow?
Lady Willow. She is such a
Fantastic.
treat. I'm so
I mean, she
glad
did
that I
use a-
got to meet her 75 years ago.
She did use a dying bear to test us, which was not my favorite thing in the world. But overall, she seems fantastic.
She is a lady.
And you met her when you came down here 75 years ago?
Oh, no. I swam down here 75 years ago. I've been here 150 years. I got here before Willow did.
Oh. And how did your conversation with Willow go? Because I heard that she kind of like helped you find peace, you know, and I was wondering about that.
Oh, no. I had already found peace before Willow got to me.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna turn to like the group and just be like, it's very strange. I don't. I don't know.
Some adventurers came to attack me. They died. I got a sword in my skull. I felt
that was from an
terrible
adventurer?
about that. Oh, several adventurers, quite a few. I mean, they were quite tasty, but I felt so bad about it.
How bad did you
Anyway.
feel? Like if you had to like say like you wanted to like get
I mean, it
recompense,
was
you know, forgiveness for sins.
needless death, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, needless. But, hey, they were sent by some unknown source to get me, and it just didn't work out for them. And then the next thing I know, in my guilt-ridden feelings, she came to talk to me, asked if I had seen some adventurers, realized that I had eaten them,
Fair.
decided I wasn't so bad after all. We have a deal. I can eat whatever I want as long as it's not ridiculous and needless. And there's plenty of adventurers who come for snacks. I mean,
So, are you like
you have any wine?
always
on
making
you?
deals? Do I have what?
You have any wine on you by chance?
I have a bunch of wine actually.
Perfect. I love to cook my snacks in wine.
Do you? I'll pull up my decanter. Stolen.
Ah, perfect.
I don't know if this is like gonna fit for your
You
needs.
look over and you see there is a large, cooking area
Yep.
and a pot that is big enough to hold at least 2 to 3 humanoids in it.
Before we go any further, do you prefer to be addressed as Lord Valdemar?
Why are you using that name?
Why are you using that name?
That's the old me.
I was
And
curious. You said
That
things had
was
changed.
The bad me.
Mm.
How do you know that name?
Well, I happen to be something of a scholar on dragons. That dragon disappeared quite some time ago.
We are Terrali now.
Terrali.
We?
are Terrali now.
Like a royal we? Or a...
Ooh, you look sumptuous. Turning to look at you, Garlo.
I'm gonna like be like Garlo. I'm like trying to signify very subtly, like.
That was very
Oh,
sad.
yeah. So Garlo will just like... I mean, some have found it a tough meal, and Garlo's going to expend a psionic die to queue up. So I will roll a d6 for our psychic chat.
Pew, 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 pew.
3 hours.
Okay.
Do we think that this sword is like bad? Like, would he be happier if we took it out?
I think the sword is possessing him.
I feel like I can't take the soul of whatever's possessing him. I don't think that it could make the deal. Should we try to take the sword out?
Ask Kakadek.
While you're cooking, just give me 1 second, and I'm gonna try to like reach out mentally.
Hey,
to
since
Kakadek.
Luciano's in psychic chat right now, does that mean we can hear Kakadak's side of the conversation?
Unless Kakadek is in the chat, and it's not. But you can hear Luciano's side of the chat, which is
So we get one side. Oh,
as you
that's
as you
awful.
turn around, he's sitting like the crow floats over.
Oh,
his shoulder.
Hey, there you are. So, let's say that this dragon is possessed. Would it be able to sign the deal?
Only the possessed creature could sign the deal.
So you wouldn't get the dragon soul? You would get whatever the possessed creature soul is, or how
Pretty
does that work?
much. It has to be the thing that's in control. I mean, like,
Fuck.
that's how it works. That's the rub, isn't it? Anyway,
Yeah.
Why is it looking at us so closely?
I don't know.
You turn, and the dragon is looking at you like, why do you have that thing on your shoulder?
The bird, it keeps following me. It's
the imp.
imp, and I'm like, I'm very much going to.
You
feign
silly,
deception.
silly, young, very, very mortal creature. You don't know, do you?
I'm gonna say I don't. And
Its
I'm gonna use my
eyes
luck.
roll to slits as it looks at you. He goes, "We see things as they are."
Can you get it off of me? And I'm like gonna pretend, like I'm very much like, get it off. I don't know.
And I just,
Oh my god, thank you for that.
yes, you looked absolutely terrified.
In the chat, I'm gonna ask Lucy, do you think Kakadak is after the dragon soul or the sword soul?
I think he wants the dragon soul. He specifically said he wants the dragon soul. You want the sword?
Right, the sword. I mean, it may have a soul. That's debatable, but the dragon definitely does, and that's the valuable one, right?
Yeah. Well, what if we
I
tell the sword we want the dragon soul, and then it'll be an empty vessel, right? It'll be happy.
This delay, I thought we were going to have a parley or a conversation.
Oh, many apologies, Lord Caroline.
Just tell me.
We are
The iridescent.
The iridescent.
Sure. We are curious whether or not you possess a soul of your own.
Of course I do. We are Terrali.
But is that soul yours, or have you acquired it?
I'm afraid I don't understand. Why are you worried about my soul?
Not your soul. The other one.
Can
My
I?
soul is ours now.
I would like to step in. I desperately came seeking guidance from such an amazing, smart. What would you say? Shining? What was it? The
iridescent. Yes,
Yeah.
we are Terrali the iridescent. Hold on a moment, and he, flicks something really quick with his claw, making a few sparks, and the fire starts just below. Can I borrow some of that wine?
Oh, please, feel free.
Thank you. I have some delicious butter from some other adventurers who came down.
Oh?
Throws like 3 things of like giant bags of butter that apparently were somebody's thing.
Only we brought that
Throws it in.
cheese.
It doesn't happen very often. Usually I have to make it myself from the cows that run around the woods sometimes.
That takes forever.
Oh, finding a cow and milking it at my size? Can you imagine?
No, thank
Then
you.
you churn the butter. It's just terrible. Anyway, pours the decanter of wine in. Oh, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Anytime. So,
No
how-
problem.
how is it with 2 souls inhabiting one body?
I'm sorry.
If you said you are your own soul,
We are Terrali, yes.
the 2 become one, so it is one soul now.
I'm afraid I don't follow this soul talk.
Oh, it's
Just curious.
It's not talk. It's business.
Yeah.
I
I-
didn't realize we were doing business. I thought you
No,
just
I-
wanted to talk.
I did, but you seem to be one open to making deals. You've made one with Willow, is that correct? Yeah, right?
Willow and I have an understanding.
Fantastic. I would love to have an understanding, if possible.
Right now, the understanding is I haven't eaten you because you're talking. Now,
Mhm.
if we're going to continue to talk, that's great, but you better start talking and
Yes.
entertaining me.
So
Please,
I
what do you have that's
Mm.
beautiful? What type of artwork do you have?
artwork. I kind of like look in my bag like, what?
Yes.
Um,
I mean, I'm keeping an eye on that one with the crossbow who's got the twitchy finger.
I kind of
That's
shoot
right.
Turja a glance like, what
I
the fuck?
saw. I feel your uncomfortableness. I can smell your heart rate rising from here.
If it please you, my lord iridescent, I have no part in this conversation.
I'll pull out like some music and be like, this is the only form of art that I carry. I don't know what you're referring to
Well,
in forms of art.
you're not here for my treasures, my things, my...
No. No.
No.
Possibly for something more intimate, if that's something you're open to discussing.
Please, do you think you're the first bard that's tried to seduce a dragon? Please.
No, but am I the first one to get this far?
No.
No. Not really in that way either. You see, I am in kind of a bind. My soul was kind of stolen away.
No.
I don't know if you've noticed. You're very perceptive.
Well, your music sounded hollow.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I was told that a soul of a dragon is strong enough that if offered in contract, I could get mine back. How do you feel about an exchange?
I don't.
No?
And you're very quickly going into snack territory. I'm glad I already got the fire
Like, what would
started.
it take, though? Like, just what's the number? You know, like,
Our
what is?
soul is not for sale.
I get that. What if you
It
could be a
rises
you?
up on
Can I
not an
make
hour.
front legs.
Can I make an insight check? Because Lucy got the charm off,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and as he's been talking, and like we hear all this we talk, is there anything I get like looking at this dragon's face, like kind of like, is the dragon in the sunken place from like a Jordan Peele movie? Like, do I see like
That's what I.
subtle glints in like the dragon's eye that might be telling of anything?
So help me out because I'm not familiar with the reference for a Jordan Peele movie. So
Sunken place. So like, because my theory right now is that this sword is essentially possessing this dragon, but the dragon itself is charmed by Lucy. And so this idea of like, is there any sort of like break between what maybe like talking as Tyrael and then like when
Tyrael.
Rafe, Terralai, and when
Yeah.
Rafe mentioned the real name or the other name, is there any sort of like glint of anything below the surface?
make an insight check.
I'm going to give myself advantage with that gift of luck.
Oh, I anxiously await this.
21, but go for the advantage. Come on. No. So we'll go with the 21.
You definitely noticed a pause when he switched to when the name Voldemort was set. But the dragon is very much saying our, we. Very rarely does it say I,
Mhm.
except when it has to do with morality.
I relay that to Lucy and just like try to bring up it being a moral decision or where it stands morally and that it could help. Just in the psychic chat.
Yeah. Lucy's trying to like calm it down. Like, we just heard that you were a great, good dragon that's been very helpful and wants to do what's right. And, you know, we thought...
Right. And somehow you think that you getting into a jam is somehow my problem that I should save you from.
No, not your problem, but something that you could do good, pass on.
I
You
have
see
no
there...
interest in giving up my soul because that is not good for any of us.
It could be good for the world.
Please elaborate.
Well, you see
Can you
there's...
do me a favor and take off your shoes real quick?
No.
It makes this.
Mm-mm. Well, you see, there is a current threat facing the plains as we know it. Great evil stirring that we have been trying to fight, and yeah, yeah.
He reaches over, picks up a very long titanium spike, sharpened on one end, circular hoop on the other. Checks it next to you. It's longer than you. Perfect.
Mhm.
Pulls out another one. Pulls out another one. Pulls out 5 of them as you're talking.
Cool.
Puts them to the side. Begins prepping what looks to be very, very large pieces of what would you call various pieces of vegetation, like
Maybe like
if there
giant
was such a
kale.
thing as if there was such a thing as a dire onion, a dire mushroom, and dire carrots. That's what he's grown somehow, somewhere, and he's putting onto these things as he's starting to prep some stuff.
Maybe Lady Willow helped him out with his garden.
Oh, she does help with my garden.
Fantastic, yeah.
Delightful. There's so many things you can use to make a garden. Extremely fertile.
So yeah, in a nutshell, it would be very helpful if that would be something you're up for. Wouldn't you rather have the space be a me instead of a we?
No.
No? Okay.
Places them over the fire. So are you providing anything for this meal, or?
I provided the wine.
You provided the wine, but I need something to cook it in, or to cook in it.
Why would you start the fire without food?
What makes you think I didn't have food delivered?
I'm looking around, very just like...
The rest of you understand what's happening.
Yeah, I see no food.
Well,
I'm trying
we'll start
very
with
hard
him,
here.
and he scoops up Lester. You look delicious. No, no, please, no,
I
no.
will say, as long as we haven't harmed it, it's supposed to be friendly.
Yes.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, is he with you?
Yeah.
Thump. Oh. I just got the feeling he wasn't completely with you. I wonder why.
No, he's with me enough. He's with her.
By proxy.
Yeah.
Luciano, I think we've taken enough of your iridescent's time. Perhaps
So,
we
would
should
you
depart.
Provide any
agree.
meal or sumptuous treats for me.
No, but enjoy the wine. I think that'll be good for you. I think,
In the psychic chat, Garlo's just gonna be like, so are we just gonna jump this sucker or what?
you say the word, and I'm gonna put it back. Let me get off a hold, and yeah.
And then Garlo's gonna pose the question because he's got his springing boots on, so he's just kind of like blobbing, like he kind of like, you know, on your toes, kind of wheel back and forth. It's like, I think I could jump onto its head and rip that sword out.
You think so?
I might. We think we want to try that?
Couldn't hurt. I'm gonna try one thing.
I'll to the others. I'm saying, do you all have any other thoughts?
I think leaving would be a good thought.
Go for it. Now is the time.
Worst comes to worst. I mean, if we take the soul, get the feather token, and we just fly upriver and get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah.
Do you think that bird can outfly a dragon?
But then we kill the dragon, and then we fly.
Kill the dragon.
No.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave. I don't like it when I'm eating and I'm disturbed. I appreciate the conversation. You've been very polite. I just don't like your deal. I assume that we can have a pleasant exchange and then go our separate ways.
I mean, yeah, I'd be down for that as well. And I'm just waiting for confirmation of plan as I'm winding the conversation down. Are we going for it?
Well, technically, so, and then this would be something, I mean, percolate on as DM. If I rip that sword out of its skull, is that directly harmful to the creature, or is that harmful to the sword?
I mean, you have no idea. It's very easy to assume it could be harmful to the creature. The sword's the sword.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, I don't know. It's a beautiful sword with an emerald hue to it. It's got gems all over it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ready?
Is there anything we could offer you? As a dragon, you've been down here for a long time. I don't believe you suffer any form of harm or danger down here. You seem to be an apex predator as long as you are within Willow's graces. I don't see if I can appease to you being a moral sort. You signing this would give my friend time. And time is what we need. You, a dragon, will live for centuries upon centuries. There's no real worry for you as far as running out the clock.
What is time for you is not time for me. And what
Agreed.
may be a short, fluttering flitter of life for you is a short period for me. But I'm not giving that up for anyone.
There's no... I've seen many a corpse, and I've heard from Oak and Elm. You've killed any who have come here seeking your treasure or seeking your life. There is no danger to you,
And
and you would buy us
is
time.
the minute you sign a contract for such a soul, well, at some point someone wants to make sure that clock runs out. Dragons are, for all intents and purposes, immortal until something kills them. Or they ascend through whatever magical abilities they gain. I have no intention of having my clock run out.
Fair enough.
We are forever.
Well, okay. Fair.
Now, please, be gone. I wish to eat and be left in peace. I have availed your conversation, but I grow weary and hungry.
Okay.
And besides that, your friend made a deal all on his own.
That is true.
It's not my job to clean it up.
I think it's time to go.
Yeah. Absolutely, it is time to go.
I actually
Okay.
turn and start walking away.
So, psychic chat. Are we going to kill this dragon?
I'm down.
I'm going with Turja.
Hi, Lester.
Oh, I'm not sure. It's the dragon really that's the problem, but
Yeah.
this entity definitely needs to go.
I would like get the sword out.
Okay. Then as we're walking away, fuck off. I'm gonna go into a rage, and I'm going to leap onto its head, and I'm going to try to rip the sword out.
Can I try to hold monster?
What's the casting time on Hold Monster? It's probably
Instant. Yeah.
All right, go for it.
They wisdom 16.
Wisdom 16. The dragon freezes. Because it starts to turn just as he leaps. And then it's stuck. With a successful hold. Garlo
It's
leaps
very
on top.
Jedi learning how to use the Force for the first time. Just like, God damn it, gonna.
Rips the sword out Hold on 1 second here. Hold on, let me pull that out here. I want you to make an attack roll, Garland.
Attack?
Yeah, go ahead and make an attack roll. Just roll on a d20 with a weapon that you're proficient with. It doesn't matter. Just tell me what the number is.
No. 22.
22.
And I'll cast Suspicious Warning. Roll another d4. Just in case.
Oh, crap. Sorry. I accidentally clicked the D6s. There we go. D4.
Hell yeah.
4, so 26.
26. Okay. You wrench the sword out. You do a light amount of damage as it comes out almost completely clean. At that point, you hear you feel a wretched scream emit from the dragon, but it can't move. It's being held. But you sense it. And then you sense rage yourself. If the dragon is injured, does it immediately stop?
Charm is done.
The
Yeah.
hold falls, right?
No, not the
hold
hold.
doesn't fall.
The charm.
The charm.
Charm fails? Oh, charm.
Yeah, charm is
okay.
done.
There is a rage, an unbelievable rage that comes with that. And with that, we come back next week and find out what happens next on Whiskey, Magic, and Destruction here on the Games Tavern. See you guys next week, everybody.